Alright, y'all, since I've been talking about frequencies a lot, I got just a little bit more here I want to read and show you, or read and talk about. So I'm gonna pull up a couple more things here. Alright, so this is just a little bit more knowledge, on frequencies. So the inner ear is lined with tiny little hairs called cilia. So different sections of cilia pick up different frequency bands. So at the base of each of these hairs is a receptor. The sound that passes over the hairs sends a message to this receptor, which then delivers a signal to the brain to interpret what you are hearing. Alright, so there's just a few little things here I want to cover, so I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, and then here's talking about brain waves. So your brain's natural rhythm. So the five main types of brain waves are delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. They all serve different purposes. Alright, so the gamma is 30 to 56 hertz. Alright, so I'm just going to cover this I'm not going to read all of this, I just want to cover the different ones. So the gamma is 30 to 56 hertz. The beta is 13 to 30 hertz. The alpha is 8 to 12 hertz. The theta is 3 to 7 hertz. And the delta is half a hertz to 3 hertz. So 0.5 to 3 hertz. So I thought this was interesting here with talking about frequencies and stuff like I do. So I just wanted to add a little bit of this in here, go over a little information. Alright, so here's a little bit more. Alright, so this is a little quote from John Burroughs. I go to nature to be soothed and healed and to have my senses put in order. So that's John Burroughs. Okay, so for most of us, the moment we get the chance to step away from our desks and our jobs, we head outside. We let the helicopter get by. Okay, for most of us, the moment we get the chance to step away from our desks and our jobs, we head outside. So humans are hardwired to want to be in nature. While our modern lives may be very different to how our ancestors lived, our biology is still the same. Being in nature is deeply restorative, with multiple benefits for our health and well-being. So improved cognition, a decrease in anxiety and depression, and better heart health may be the more widely known benefits. But did you know that spending time in the natural world also makes us more altruistic and kinder to both each other and the environment? So one study by the University of Derby in England, also found that those who feel connected to nature have a greater, I'm going to try to say this right, eudaimonic sense of happiness, which is when your life has a sense of meaning and purpose. Another study in the International Journal of Well-Being concluded that connecting with nature is one path to flourishing in life. So nature is so good for us that cultures such as the Japanese have a whole well-being concept around it. Shinrin Yoku, also known as forest bathing. So in Scandinavian countries, children's first experience of education is not in a classroom, but at forest school. So they spend their days playing and learning, running around outside among the trees. So this may sound like a foreign concept to many of us living in Western countries, but this is exactly how our ancestors would have spent their early formative years. So these examples may be cultures apart, but the idea is that spending time surrounded by trees and allowing your mind to wander as you sit or walk and play among the greenery is good for you. So why exactly do you feel better in places with dense greenery? The rainbow of greens and browns relaxes your eyes, while the presence of phytoncides, essential oils given off by the trees, strengthens your immune system. So these natural chemicals keep the plant free from bacteria, insects, and fungi, and also boost the activity of natural killer cells in human bodies. So the natural killer human cells seek out and destroy cancer cells and viruses. It is not only the sights and aromas of forests that can trigger your shoulders to drop and a sense of calm to wash over you, it is also the sounds. From the rustling of leaves, the gentle swishing of the winds, to the trickling of water in a babbling brook, or the sweet song of chirping birds, Mother Nature has gifted us with an orchestra of sounds that our brains find both pleasing and soothing. Alright, so I wanted to get to okay, so this is talking about the colors of the sounds here that I had just mentioned there. So sounds can be categorized as different colors, all with their own signature of frequencies. Most examples of white noise are man-made, the result of technology. So white noise contains all the frequencies that are audible to the human ear, and this is not seen that often in nature. Because white noise contains the full spectrum of frequencies from 20 to 20,000 hertz at equal strength, it is especially good for drowning out any unwanted noise. So that's what us humans hear, from 20 to 20,000 hertz. And usually when you're younger, you can hear that full range. So many of the sounds we have mentioned so far are examples of pink and brown noise. Nature is full of these. Pink noise is softer than white noise and sounds deeper. So this is because all the frequencies are present in pink noise, but the higher frequencies are quieter. Examples of pink noise include rainfall, wind, the sound of rivers and rustling leaves. Even parts of birdsong can be considered pink noise. So the white noise was all man-made, not naturally heard in nature. The pink noise is rain, wind, the sound of rivers, rustling leaves, and some of the birds singing. So pink noise helps you to fall asleep faster than white noise, gets you to deep sleep more quickly, and improves the quality of your sleep, keeping you asleep for longer. Nature's pink noises are soothing to your brain, which explains why it is so easy to want to fall asleep when you are among rustling trees. These sounds are pleasant and relaxing. So if you've never done that, if you go out in the woods and can lay down in some nice grass under a tree, when you're in the shade and it's feeling nice and cool, a slight breeze, it's really nice taking a nap out there like that. It's really nice. Alright, so pink noise has another surprising benefit. It can improve the memories of older adults who would otherwise be at risk of age-related memory decline. So this means that spending time in nature is crucial, whatever your age. And I always encourage people to go out and spend time in the woods. Get outside, get out close to a lake, go to a little park or something at a lake, close to the water, or go to a park and just get out in nature a little bit and enjoy yourself. Listen to the birds, listen to all the sounds of nature, the wind, the birds, everything. If you can go to a lot of these like wildlife management areas around our areas here in Central Florida, a lot of them you can go to them. You can walk in a little ways. Some of them will have a little rest area or picnic table area. You can just go out there and hang out a little bit, go for a little short walk, enjoy nature. And if you want to take a camera and take some videos or take some photos and then look at them real close, see what might be there. The deepest noise of all is brown noise. This is the sound of a heavy rainfall or even a powerful pounding shower, of crashing ocean waves, strong waterfalls, the low rumbling of thunder. Brown noise is all about the bass, the lower frequencies still in the spotlight and being the loudest, the higher frequencies getting quieter with each octave. That was a red cardinal. He was right there on the fence. He comes over and him and his female mate, they come over to a bird feeder I got right there every once in a while. So brown noise is great to switch off to, and some people say it also improves their focus. So the white noise is like a TV static, a rolling fan. It's good for masking unwanted noise, improving sleep, managing tinnitus. The pink noise is like rainfall, blowing wind, rustling leaves. It's good for falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and improving memory. The brown noise is strong waterfalls, rumbling thunder. It's good for deep relaxation, improved focus. So there's other colors too. Blue is a concentration of super high frequencies with a shrill quality. Violet, the opposite of brown noise, each octave getting louder. Gray contains all the frequencies, but the middle frequencies are not as loud, although the human ear perceives this to be the same as white noise. And black is the color of silence. Alright, so then one more thing here, the relaxing purr of cats. If we were to settle the debate on whether cats or dogs were the better pets, purring firmly puts cats in the lead spot. Having a cat is good for you. It slashes your risk of having a heart attack or stroke and can even lower your blood pressure. So this is all to do with the sound and vibrations of a cat's purr. They are literally healing tools on 4 legs. A purr is between the lower frequencies, the lower frequencies of 20 to 100 hertz, which we find restful. So having a cat is also good for calming your nerves and improving your mood. So that last drone video I did, I showed a couple of the cats from our family. They were hanging around and curious of what I was doing with the drone. And even though I'm not actually a cat person, I'm a dog person. I got Chloe, but I like cats. And actually, we have a cat that's been hanging around the last several months, since in December, and I've been buying food for him and we've been feeding him. And he goes around to several of the other neighbors too, eating at their houses as well. And then there's a couple other cats around the neighborhood that are we see them every once in a while. And there's actually one across the street. When the people across the street, when they moved out, there's a cat that was always outside over there. He's still around over there too. Even though the people moved away, we still see him around out there too. Alright, so that's a little more stuff I wanted to go over with the frequencies. Yeah, that was everything I wanted to cover with that. So there's a little more information on the frequencies. So I like to keep talking about the frequencies and also do some more experiments coming up here before long. Alright, so sharing information. Alright, so as soon as I turned the camera off and I turned around, I seen Oreo right there. So I'll show you Oreo. So that's Oreo. He's the one that's been hanging around here and we've been feeding him. And we also realized that he's eating at some of the other neighbors too. But anyway, that was Oreo. We named him Oreo because of his colors.